What's up, glorious Glorify community? Hope you guys are well. This is a high demand tutorial that everyone has been requesting for the ability to learn and work out the workflow that allows you to download images from Glorify and then upload that onto your most preferred web builder. So let us get kickstarted. Websites are structured as so. You have the body, which is kind of the canvas of the website. Now, when you have a body on your website, you then throw in a section, which is a full width section compartment of where your contents can go into. And the content structure inside your section is divided into a few parts. You have your container, and inside the container, you put your content, images, graphics, widgets, text, etc. So this is the typical structure of a responsive website. But you can also have a structure where you have a container, and inside that container you have kind of sub containers called columns, so you can structure and add more layouts and have basically different sections, right? Now, what also is really important for you to understand is that every website is built on, within a section, is built into margins and paddings. Now, the best way to understand it is this diagram in the context of this container. Okay, the margin of this container is what's outside of the object. Padding is kind of the breathing room inside of the object. Now, with that being said, we can go ahead and start creating the website. Now, first things first, we need to learn how to download your content from your design, right? So starting with the can. So I'm going to go into this banner. I duplicated a blank page. I'm going to go into this blank banner and copy paste. And I want to resize this so that it is a bit more in line with this can. I want to download it in a transparent PNG. And I've got that one. So as you can see, here it is. There we go. So this is the PNG just downloaded. And then next up, we'll duplicate this banner and we'll get rid of all the content and just download the background. Now you can do it times 1.5, I recommend, for a background. I mean, this is a 1080p. Your websites usually, when you work on most computers, it'll be 1080p or 1440 with, if you're working on a Mac. Despite this, it's always better to have a bigger background than a smaller one because you're getting more and more, 4K resolutions and stuff like that. Cool. Now we've got our content, right? Like I said, we don't need to download the responsive elements. We don't need the text because we're going to do that directly on the website, and we're going to use this design as a reference to position everything. So let's go into Elementor. Okay, so here's Elementor. This is your body. As I was saying, remember the body. Let me go back to this. Your body is this blank canvas. I'm going to now add my first structure, right? Or section, actually. I'm going to start with a 1-column section because I don't need 2 columns. Inside this section, I want to first create the properties and the settings so that it's super optimum. How do I do this? Now, inside my container, I'm going to start to now add columns, right? So in Elementor, it's called inner section. Now inside here, I've got my single column, and inside here, I've got 2 other columns that I'm going to keep duplicating. So I'm going to then duplicate this. So we can just simply duplicate this part here. So I've got 2 intersections with 3 columns inside. Now, here is the exciting part. We're going to start adding some content. Now, remember, when I added this section, what was really important is I did 2 things. I added 1200 width, and I also added 30 pixel padding. Why this is important is because if I now decrease this to tablet, there'll always be 30 pixels in between the margins, right? So you'll never have like the content stuck to the sides, right? So if you look at this, there's always this responsiveness of this beautiful margin, breathing room around your content. However, if you don't have padding, it'll look like this, which let me show you. Go to 0, and then you go to mobile. It's going to look really tight on the sides, and that just doesn't look good. So let's go through that. Now, let's first add the logo here. I'm going to click this image. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and so that is pretty much what we needed. Let's see how this looks on the wide screen. So this is how it looks at the moment. Let's go down to the rest of the content. So let's just quickly add the background first. Click the section. On the section level, we'll go to style, we'll go to advanced and go to style and go to backgrounds and go to classic and then go to image here. Just at least make sure it's positioned. I would put it center, top center is the best way so that we can always make sure that it's aligned properly. Attachment scroll fixed. We can do fixed, otherwise it's going to be kind of, I think, parallax. And no repeat. Size cover, so that it basically covers the entire website. So that's starting to look good. Now we can start to add the can and everything else. So go to elements, add the image in the middle, click, choose upload. Here's my can that I downloaded earlier. Boom. Your website is almost done already, right? I want to get the text closer, basically. So let's make this 0 and then unlock it, minus, there we go. 60. And we can do the same on the other side, of course. So this is working pretty nicely, as you can see, guys. Next section will basically be the shopping component, which is this one right here. I'm gonna at least start to download some of these things. So there we go. Cool. Okay, let's get this thing up. There we go. So here's the website as it is. The last piece of this I'm going to spend the next 5 minutes doing is just doing the mobile responsive. So remember, if you change anything on Elementor, on mobile or the other responsiveness, it won't change anything in your final design. Just remember that. That's really, really important. There we go. Hope that helped, guys. Thanks a lot for being with us. Drop some comments, drop your feedbacks, and just share this around and share your thoughts. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Take care.